What's happening, everyone around the world? Happy holidays. This is the New York Hardcore Chronicles live and alive. Last show of 2022. If you celebrate Christmas, then happy Christmas, Hanukkah, happy Hanukkah. Whatever rings your bell. Yes, the winter beard is gone. Only sideburns are left. Hello, Susan from outside Boston. That is a place outside Boston. Hello, Holly. Yes, T57. Merry Christmas and peace in the world. Absolutely. And thank you, Robert in Scotland. And Victoria, absolutely. Hey, Keith Burkhart. Keith, I was just thinking of you the other day. Actually, it's like, haven't heard from Keith in a minute, Keith Burkhart, cause for alarm, represent. Old school, first wave. Yeah. Hope you're well, Keith. Hope things are well for you and your family down in Florida. What's up, Drew? Happy you interviewed Matt from Bold. I got to watch next half. Was at work. Merry Christmas. Thank you. Yes. Matt from Bold was a good one. All right. In Texas. They celebrate Christmas in Texas? I always found it weird growing up in the Northeast, where there's snow and it's freezing around Christmas. I always found like Christmas odd, like in California and in Texas or whatever, it's like where it's hot. It's like Christmas. Hey, Larry the Hunter, what's up? Was just thinking of you too as well, buddy. I've been working on the book a lot and looking at your contribution to the book, man. So thank you. Yes, thank you, Max, and all our friends in France. Here you go. Hey, speaking of Donald and Cropsy, we have a lot of guests that are coming through the show today. I don't want to give names or anything. Some friends of the show will be coming through. Hey, Lenny, relax there. Yeah, Christmas is weird in Arizona. It's weird. Published date for the book. Hard to say. It's almost going to start being designed. That should take probably a minimum of 3 months. And then I have no idea what's going on at the printer these days. The printer could be another 3 months, Hey, Shorty. What's up, John? John Pedro. Old Antidote roadie. John Pedro was a roadie for Antidote when he was like 14, 15 years old. Yes. There you go, Keith. Best Christmas show, 1981, Bad Brains at CB's. It was actually 1982. If we're let me look it up. Bad Brain. I have it under Bad Brains retirement shows. Where is that? Bad Brains. Having it in my archive. Bad Brains. Where the hell is that? Bad Brains. Those were pretty intense. Those Bad Brains shows. Bad Brains CBGBs. Where is that? Bad Brains. I thought those were the retirement shows. Weren't those called Hold on, I'm sorry. I can't seem to find them. I got them. Oh, here we go. Found them. Here we go. This is what Keith is referring to here. Listen, not to get into some back in the day, but I was there. I think I saw all 3 of these shows. They were pretty, because it was like the last shows the Bad Brains are ever going to play, right? Scream and Moving Target on the first night, Channel 3, The Mob and Artless, and the last night was the SSD Control banger with Frontline and Antidote. Of course, this was before I joined Antidote. Yeah, these were amazing shows. That said, let's bring on our first guest, the one, the only,
Merry Christmas.
Shuttle Bug.
Merry Christmas.
What's that on your shirt? Stormtroopers?
Yes. You know what? I had to do something for Ratbone's big farewell, so I chose this from the Star Wars collection.
Nice.
The hey, isn't those Bad Brain shows? Isn't that the DVD that came out a few, of those shows?
Yes. Yeah.
You know what I love about that? If you watch those videos, our friend JoJo is actually sitting on the stage for those.
Yeah, those that footage was bananas, man.
Oh yeah,
that footage was intense, man. Yeah.
Amazing.
Oh, I'm getting props already for my agnostic front tour poster that I dug. That I knew I had it. It was given to me as a gift years ago, and like it ended up buried somewhere. And while I was looking for something, I came across it. That is an original agnostic front Cause for Alarm album tour poster from 1986, signed by the artist Sean Taggart, and I put it in the frame. So
That's awesome.
Yeah. Now, usually I don't mess with those things, you know.
Yeah, but that's history right there.
History or his story? What's going on with this, bro?
You know what? I could not be more happy to announce our brand new 3-song, I guess you could call it an EP or an extended single or whatever it is. But we put it out on the Friday before the Slamboree, and it is.
Excuse me, there's a segue there. You got it? You ready?
Yes.
Keyword Slamboree. Alan Robert from Life of Agony says, "Happy holidays, guys. It was great being part of the holiday Slamboree."
Yes. What a great time. In fact, Alan, if you look over my shoulder, you will see your handiwork. Alan and Mina collaborated. Where's my other hand? On this beautiful painting over here of the goat's head, which is actually a goat that I know on a personal level. I visit this goat in Queens every so often, and they were kind enough to paint that for me, which is amazing. But but yes, getting back to the Clarity EP, it is 3 songs, brand new.
Who designed the cover?
That's my photograph. I took that photo.
Cool, nice.
That, in fact, if you know your Queens, if you know your Corona Park, that is a statue called the Rocket Thrower.
You're lucky you beat us to it, because aren't we using a photo from Corona Queens for our album cover?
You are actually, come to think of it. Well, listen, nothing wrong with representing Queens.
That Flushing Meadow Park? Isn't ours Flushing Meadow Park?
But
don't give it away.
And
lot of things syncing up here. Merry Christmas, Drew and crew. Hardcore lives. Peace and love. Phil and Flash. Speaking of the Bad Brains retirement shows in 1982 and those incredible photos that document that, taken by Phil and Flash.
Yeah, so, I mean, talking about amazing photographers.
Yeah,
that is somebody I tip my hat to over there.
Anyway, I keep pulling you off the mark. When's the music coming out?
Well, it came out Friday, and came out right before the show, and we're super proud of it. In fact, we do a song which we got everyone singing along on. The last song on the record is a song called "Am I Ever Gonna See Your Face Again?" And it was originally recorded in 1979 by an Australian band called the Angels. Nice. I took the liberty of changing a few words to make it a little more personal to us and to our people. And we got everyone to sing along with it. I really couldn't be more proud of the band and the production and the sound. And I hope everybody goes to Apple and Spotify and all the platforms and definitely gives it a listen, because it might be the best thing, the thing that I think we've ever done. So,
are you touring?
Well, we're hoping to get onto the Incendiary Device tour, actually.
Listen, bro, the way things are coming together on this set, it's going to be a minute. But we are playing a banger on on Thursday, right?
Oh, that is going to be what a show this is going to be.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you talk about a triple header right here. You know, and
Yeah, this is this Thursday. I think pretty much everyone that's coming through the show is coming to the show on Thursday. Yep.
Well, you know, they're all going to be amazing because Gogo Bordello never disappoints. But the fact that we have Incendiary Device and we have something called the Hardcore Highwaymen.
That's going to be cool, yeah.
Which is this will be their first performance, I believe.
Yeah.
So,
yeah,
it's exciting. It's exciting stuff. And I'm just, you know what a way to end the year.
Absolutely. I wonder if,
you know, and
go on.
I wonder if
I wonder if our next guest is going to be carrying this epic masterpiece in his store in Fargo, North Dakota. What's up?
Hey,
how's it
there
going,
he is.
Drew, Steven?
Hey, you better what's that, a 7-second sweater? Or is that a sweatshirt?
It's a 7 seconds long sleeve.
Nice.
You better carry the Serial Poets record, bro.
I'll carry it.
What's going on?
Are you
what's
making
going
physical
on?
copies, Steven?
What's that?
Are you making physical copies?
That is the next step right now. Yeah, we got it out digitally, and I'm honestly looking to get a 7-inch made as soon as possible. So
definitely hit me up.
How many songs did you record? How many songs did you record?
It's 3 songs.
3 songs, bro. Come on, bro. We just fucking recorded 12.
Yeah, but the last thing you put out was 3 songs, wasn't it?
4.
Oh, sure.
And we recorded 7. We actually recorded 7 and put out. Actually, they all came out eventually. Anyway,
well,
so Devin, what's happening?
This is I was gonna say this piece, and for the new year, definitely look for new stuff even more. So.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, you want me to lend you some songs?
We'll borrow a few.
Here. Listen.
Request time, people.
Listen, I'll write one for you right now. All right. Hold on. You fucking suck. You fucking suck. You stab me in the back.
There it is.
I trust. Fucking
acoustic breakdown.
I trusted you. You were my hardcore brother. Something like that.
I'll never forget. I was downtown once. It must have been like 5 years ago. And 2 kids were playing acoustic black metal.
Acoustic black metal.
Acoustic black metal.
Wow. Okay.
And I'm just like wow,
Mayhem,
I saw that.
Burzum and everything.
Something like that. I mean, it was
I didn't think
definitely the
Satan
black metal
permitted
voice.
Music.
But yeah, I mean, it was different. It's just like, all right, I've never heard black metal unplugged before.
That might be the next thing. That'll be the new direction for 2023.
Who was talking about lasagna before?
Lori Dawn.
Was that you?
Lasagna.
Is it? Let's bring Lori Dawn from Women of the Pit and Gina on. What's up?
Hey, how you doing?
You're muted, Gina.
Yes, I was talking about the Christmas lasagnas, and I was corrected because it's actually lasagne.
Apparently, I looked it up. It's plural is There's a couple of them. There's plural of lasagna. Wait, it's lasagnas, lasagne, or lasagnes.
Lasagnes.
Lasagno.
Yes.
Like
so after this show, I will be working on the Christmas lasagnes.
Lasagnes. Right on.
That kind of sounds French. I'm not gonna lie.
I know, right? I like lasagnas.
Lasagna.
Lasagnas
Yeah.
works.
Lasagne.
Sounds
Yeah, lasagna.
Lasagna.
Hey, Kontos, I see you out there, bro. I'll bring you on in a couple minutes.
I don't know if you come talking like that in my house, you might get kicked out.
From lasagnas.
Yeah. So what else going on? You coming to the show, Gina, on Thursday?
Of course.
Yeah.
It's written up in the New York Times. It was written up as the New Yorker as the #1 show to be at.
Fuck, we better practice.
You better bring it. It's going to be great. It's going to be tons of fun. All of our friends are going.
Yeah,
It's just going to be a blast.
Yeah, it's going to be the party to end all parties.
Should be interesting.
Here.
Anybody you want to shout out, Steven, or on this holidays? And I want to thank you for being a part of the show.
I want to thank everybody for the year. I want to shout out, of course, all of our sponsors and the Women of the Pit and the Hardcore Firing Squad and Bill Cashman and everybody. It's been another amazing year of the New York Hardcore Chronicles. And I just want to say thank you to everybody. And I wish everyone a Merry Christmas. And I'll see you at the Brooklyn Bowl for sure.
All right, brother. Thank you.
Bring your octopi.
Yeah,
octopuses. Devin, thank you for being a great sponsor, Devin. I really appreciate it. Anybody you want to thank or shout out on this Christmas Day?
I want to shout out all my friends and family, customers, and everyone who's helped, including you, Drew, because this show is fantastic and I love being a part of it. I love doing this.
Well, thanks a lot. That means.
And Steven's dad.
What happened to his arm, bro?
That was an octopus.
What happened to his arm?
He's licking all the hair off of his arms.
I've done that.
He's got anxiety issues, though. I figured once he gets all the hair off, we're gonna tattoo both arms.
Is he chewing it?
Yes, whatever cats do.
Yeah, I had a cat that would do that.
So yeah, that's what he's an over groomer.
You know what cats do? Anybody?
What do they do?
They puke. They're pukers. They puke a lot.
Yeah, a lot.
Man.
Could that be from allergies maybe that she's grooming like that? Like
he's got anxiety.
Oh.
He's just like his father. So.
Aw, poor thing.
All right. Lori, you want to thank anybody? Shout anybody out?
Yeah.
So I just want to thank everybody who supported us throughout the year. We had some great shows. You know, we had Run 'Em Up, we had Rampage, we had the Holiday Slamboree. Everybody who bought merch from us that helped us with our donations and all of the charities that we support, like One Simple Wish and Oasis in Patterson, New Jersey. So yeah, I just want to thank everybody who supported us throughout the year. It has meant a lot, and we're going to do some even bigger and better things in 2023. So we're really looking forward to it.
Good. Gina?
Yeah, not only those 3 shows that we did with you, Drew, but we also had our benefit show here in New Jersey. And that was, again, like Lori said, to raise money for Oasis. So super big thanks to everybody who supports us, has worked with us. It's just invaluable, like the good that we are doing and putting out into the world. And thanks. We thank you.
It doesn't work without you guys, so thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you guys. Have a good holiday. You know, do your thing, and I'll see you on Thursday out at the Brooklyn Bowl.
Hell yeah! I can't wait. Looking forward to it.
All right.
Awesome. I'll see you.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, Gina. Bye, Steven. Bye, Lori. Bye, Devin. This is the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live, and we are sponsored by New York Hardcore Comics, The Organic Grill, the Texas Silver Rush, Generation Records, 126 Hardcore Clothing, Grunge and Grime Soap Company, and DTFM Vinyl Distro. I want to bring into the big supporter representing the West Coast, representing the Bay Area thrash scene, Mr. Chris Kontos. What's up?
Yo, brother. Merry Christmas, Drew.
Brother, how are you?
Good, man. Good. Just getting ready to go over to Mom's house and have a little Christmas fair. And yeah, man, stoked. Good to be here, man.
Yo, I saw this picture of you. What's going on here?
Ah, the king, the Godfather, right?
What's up?
Yeah. Yeah, I went to the New York United tour, man, and hung out with the Sick of It All, Agnostic Front, and Crown of Thorns. And yeah, dude, it was super, super cool, man. We had a great time. Got my shirt from Danny Diablo.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah, yeah, it was good times, man. We had a great time. And you know, you gotta pick up the Godfather, right?
Yeah, this was during their set, huh?
Oh yeah, for sure, man.
Yeah,
Right?
what else, right?
Yeah, of course, of course.
Oh yeah, yo, actually, this is good. Thanks for reminding me, Chris. What's up with the carjack thing? Did something happen last night?
So I went and saw Machine Head, their last show of their tour out in Sacramento. So we hung out all night, and me and my nephew Zach were super starving. So we go to Jack in the Box in this kind of hard part of town, and we're ordering our food. So we get it, you know, and as we're just getting served, this guy comes up to the window and he's like, "Hey, how come you're serving them and not us?" Because I guess they were waiting for their food to be brought out. And dude got all pissed at the girl at the counter, and we went and parked, and we're looking through our food, making sure they got our order right. And boom, this dude pulls up right in front of us, starts screaming at us. "You think that's funny? You think that's funny?" And he jumps out, shows us his piece, sticks it in his waistband, comes walking up, and he's like, "I'm leaving you motherfuckers out here starving," and fucking reached in, grabbed the food. And I was like, "Here, dude, have a burger," right? Like, you know, we're just, you know, and so he's like, "Yeah, you're lucky you don't get fucked up right now." And we were like, "Okay." So yeah, we got food jacked, like the Ice Cube song. Jack in the Box was my spot.
That's what you get. That's what you get for going to Jack in the Box in Oakland at 2 a.m.?
Oh, 4:40 in the morning.
Oh, bro, come on, man.
Yeah, and it was Sacramento anyways, right?
It was the sack nuts, the nut sacks.
Nut sacks. Yeah, so we went back in and we said, "Hey, we just got jacked for our food," and they were all bummed out. They're like, "Do you want us to call 911?" And we're like, "No, the only emergency is I'm starving, man. Let me get my food." So they hooked us up. It was pretty cool. They gave us all kinds of extra shit. It was great.
Wow, that's scary though, huh?
Woo!
Was there? I mean, I'm sure there was that absolutely horrifying, terror-stricken moment, right?
Well, you know, yeah, you see the piece and you're like, okay, so if the guy gets his food, then he wants to get jolly afterwards and start dumping on you. Right, yeah, you don't want to get deflated for a burger, you know?
No shit.
Oh, Merry Christmas.
You know, I see that you went to see Machine Head last night, and
yeah,
you know, I ask you, like, is it? I know sort of the answer. I would think it'd be like a little weird to go see Machine Head, being that you were just playing with them, and I guess it's all good. Or
yeah, you know? yeah. It's cool, man. I mean, you know, look, the reunion tour was just that. It was a reunion tour. You know, there wasn't like, oh, you had the job and then you lost the job or anything. You know, it ran its course. You know, coronavirus got in the way, and you know, canceled it. Hopefully we'll get back out there and finish that unfinished business for the 30th anniversary. But yeah, it's cool, man. I love the guys. You know, I love Matt Alston on drums. He's just a savage. So yeah, it was cool, man. Did a couple stage dives and had a blast, man.
Hey, you know who's coming on the show? I haven't even announced this yet, but I think I'm going to take advantage of this. Your man Phil is coming on the show.
Oh, cool. Yeah, he was there. We saw him. We were hanging out. Yeah, I love Phil, man. You know, we did the Bay Area Interthrational in Europe. He was on board because he was over there with Lamb of God. And then when we did it here in the Bay Area, he came up.
Is he playing in Lamb of God now?
He was standing in for the guitar player. I guess he's you know, not of the vaccinated people, so he can't go to all the European shows in Canada and stuff. So Phil stepped in, did a great job.
Were you ever in a band with him? Other than the Bay Area it was sort of like him, you guys sort of kept missing each other, right?
Yeah. We actually had never played before until the Bay Area Interthrational, so that was cool to get in. You know, I love Phil. Phil's a great guy. Super cool, amazing guitar player. So it was cool to get that in, you know?
Right on.
Yeah.
Why is people saying my mic is low? My mic's always the same.
I can hear you fine.
Yeah. Oh, right. Is Phil in Overkill now?
No, I think he's doing a project with Jason Bittner. So people might be transposing that. Yeah.
Right. Here's another shot that you sent me. Is this from the other night? This sort of, I'm not sure what this is. Is this you airborne the other night?
Yeah. Death from above, bro. Yeah.
Who's that playing? Is that Machine Head playing?
Yeah, that's Machine Head. Yeah, that's during the show. Their manager Joey Houston's wife Cassandra looked over at me and she said, "What? No stage dive?" And that's about 5 seconds later.
Bro, that's hard that you go see the band that you played in and made it and you stage dive to them. That's hard.
Hey man, it's our culture. It's our culture, man. I'm sick with it.
Yeah. What's happening? What's happening with you moving forward? Music stuff, BMX stuff. We got to shout out our good friend in London, Volt BMX in London. Anything going on in the BMX world these days?
If you're not crashing, you're not trying, and that doesn't level up with being in bands right now. I can't get hurt, so no, I haven't been racing for quite a while. Right. I still bop around on the bike, but yeah, no racing right now. And with the Boneless Ones, man, we've got some tour plans for next year in Europe. Gonna do some festivals. Got Dynamo. Got a couple other little secret hits coming and planned. Hopefully, we'll get over there and play with the Stupids and Discharge, which would be real cool. And
our boy JJ, yeah,
JJ and Tez and Bones and Rennie. Yeah, we saw him at Bloodstock last year in August, and it's the first hardcore band or punk band to ever play Bloodstock, so they crushed it, dude. It was magic.
Discharge is really great right now with JJ singing.
On fire, bro.
They really on
fire. Yeah. So things are good, man. Bonus.
Not racing, but diving off the stage is on point.
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So go on. I'm sorry, Boneless Ones.
Oh no, I was just gonna say if everybody wants a little Christmas treat, the Boneless Ones have a video up on YouTube called "Santa Stole My Skateboard," and if you want to go check that out, it's pretty cool, man. We did a little Christmas hit, so we're pushing that right now, and things are good, man. The record's doing really well. Totally has exceeded our expectations. It's just we're really, really proud of it, and super stoked that the people enjoy the record. So we're gonna tour it pretty hard next year, and hopefully get out to the East Coast. And man, just
we want to play with you, man.
Oh hell yeah, dude, that's gotta happen. Happen.
Next year. I mean, already we gotta do Crash Fest together next year.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll make that happen.
We were a little late to the request there this year, but we'll get that handled.
Well, thanks, man. I want to thank you for being such a great supporter of the show. Anybody you want to thank, shout out on this?
I want to thank you, man. I enjoy the show so much. I watch all the time. It's great. You do so many different genres, and it's an awesome show, an awesome thing. I encourage people to watch all the time, and just thank you for bringing the core and the roots of our culture to the people, and your sponsors and everything, man. It's always a joy to see you, and you bring a smile to my face, brother.
I couldn't do it without you, bro. And I from the bottom of my heart, I really appreciate all your support, Chris. And I hope to see you soon, man. Have a good holiday today, buddy.
Merry Christmas, everybody.
I'll see you.
Peace.
Well, there you have it, Mr. Chris Kontos. Boneless Ones, Machine Head. That was a good one. It's been a while since we've done this. Let's clear the deck. Here we go. Strap yourselves in, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls.
Ragbone! 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 Ragbone!
What's up?
What's up? Merry Christmas, everyone.
How you doing?
I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm ready for the holiday Christmas special. I got some really cool.
It's been a minute since you've been on.
Yeah, I miss it. I've been watching though. I'm always a fan of the show. But I really just want to get right into it. I know it's the big holiday special, so I want to show some of my favorite pieces that I've shown you guys, and I'm going to start off with some smalls really quick. These are some of the favorite things that I show on the show. I love these cereal premiums. They came in Captain Crunch and stuff. It had a little zip cord in it, and you'd pull it in, whatever. I love those. Whenever I see something like that, I buy it. I'm going to run right through them. I love this Red King piece. It's a little wind up, very rare, Japanese. I don't think this is even an American piece. I think this is a Japanese piece. Pretty cool. I love it. One of my favorite pieces is a small. And I showed them on the show, but I'll show it one last time. Gamera, super cool piece. I don't even know what this is from. And then I'm going to show the last three really cool pieces that I really enjoyed showing you guys over the course of the couple years here we've been doing this. And it's the Battlestar Galactica, Cylon Raider, and the Colonial Viper. So these are cool. Love them. One of my other best pieces that I love to show you guys on the show was the Tron Cycle. Super cool piece, original. These go for like $150. Good piece. And then it wouldn't be Christmas without some Migos.
Nice.
You were probably a Star Trek guy, Drew. I could picture you a Star Trek guy, right? Growing up.
Well, I tell you what I did enjoy. I am somewhat of a Star Trek guy. I did enjoy those last couple of Star Trek movies. So sort of the reboot.
They're very good. They're done very well.
With Chris Pine and like
absolutely.
Homegirl. What's Homegirl's name? Who's in every science fiction movie? She was in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Zoe
yeah.
Sandberg.
Every science fiction movie, Homegirl is in.
I like the way movies have kind of caught up with itself with the CGI the way it is, that now you're seeing your favorite movies like if it was really happening instead of like the kitschy bubblegum poppy way it was delivered maybe in the 80s, But
we have tickets tomorrow to go see Avatar 2, which is a 3.5-hour movie.
Right.
So we rewatched Avatar like the other night.
Yeah, I enjoy that. I like that.
Yeah.
Definitely. So
yeah.
I always, even in this cold weather, I still hit the flea market every weekend. And you have to, from someone like me, because even when there's only 2 or 3 dealers out there, every once in a while you find a really cool find like these are, I believe they're 1970s bubblegum machine rat things. They would have been like a little necklace. And this one, I like the one that's got the paint on the eye still, the gray. Those are badass. And I found those in like a little box of like thimbles and pins and like weird stuff. But I found another, was like one table at the flea market, and I go just to go, and I always want to find something. And I found this cool piece, and it's a great piece for Christmas.
Oh, nice.
A little before my time even. But if you're a real avid toy collector, you want to have an original Mr. Machine in your collection. They're nice shell pieces. And I know this is the original one because they later went to like a plastic wind up, and that's got the metal. And let's see if it gets a little action on that. Because that's always the key, right? If it functions. Not really. I think this guy's... Oh, there he goes. There he goes. Super cool Mr. Machine, man. And I think that's a 60s toy, So, yeah, we stay hunting. And I just want to say it's been an honor and a pleasure to get to know you, Steven, and Sid on a personal level, and just say, hi, how you doing out on the town. I really have to move on from the show now, and I just have so much going on in my life. I kind of got to concentrate for a while on just what I'm doing to get myself to progress. So I'll still always be, watching. I'll be lurking now, but it's been such a ride. I'm so humbled by all the outpouring, and to realize that you're known around the world is a very humbling thing. And I'm no big deal. I know that, but we all are a big deal to each other in this game, and that's really what makes hardcore amazing to me. Is so many people say that, like, when I liked rock stars, I could never get to know them. When I started liking hardcore, I could have a drink with the singer of the band at the end of the show, and that really made me feel welcome. And in music, it's our family and our home, So I'm gonna miss this crazy adventure every, couple times a week. It's been a blast, and I just want to thank everyone. You've been amazing. Drew, I want to thank you for giving me a platform to just shine. And it's up. The jig is up. I love you all, man.
I want to thank you for everything, for being a part of the show. We had a lot of great times. You were a valuable asset to the show, but something tells me in my heart that from time to time you're going to be back. And when we have guests on that your friend that and when there's moments, something tells me you will be back.
I'm a real glory hog. That's why. But I just, it's been an amazing ride. And of course, Drew, I wish you the best in all your endeavors, man. You really work hard. And I will say one last thing before I go. Nobody's where they're at by accident. You put yourself in the position in life where you're going to keep going ahead or driving forward or hanging around. It's up to you. I'm not a big PMA guy like that. I just live life. I try to do the best I can, a little better every day. I'm like that. But I really see how much work you put into the shows, to this show, and the other things you do. And I learned that most thing on the show is that everyone I might have known about, this show has peeled those layers back and shown me them what they're really about, how they got to that spot, how they achieved that success and was able to maintain it. And that's really the secret, right? So more power to you guys. I'm glad there's going to be a little room for some breath of fresh air. The women of the pit are coming in, and New York Hardcore Comic guys. So, we always show the love to each other. It's been a great time, and we will see you on the other side.
But wait a second. You know when we're gonna see you? When I'm gonna see you? On Thursday.
Well, technically, I don't start my disappearing act, and my revamp literally starts January 1st, 2023. It's ghost out, lights out. That's it.
Okay, so this is the last slip in, huh?
That's gonna be it.
Okay, good. Well, I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be a great night.
And I'm looking forward to a great show today. Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. I want to say last thing. I want to just show you guys where I come from real quick. In the spirit of Christmas, have a drink on me. Look at that green mohawk from 1985, bro. This is how we started. And I hope everybody salute, cheers, shout out to all my boys in Detroit. I'm going to keep it going. Look, we got merch. We always got merch. This is why I get the hook a lot. But we got the Detroit boys. Bird, thanks for sending me this T-shirt. Always to Beast, Hate Incorporated, Jeff Ganills, Roy Boy from Coldest Life, my Detroit Droogies for life.
All right, Rat.
I'm just, it's amazing. My life's amazing, and I'm glad I've been on the show. And I'm going to miss you guys.
We're going to miss you too, but we'll see you.
All right.
Have a happy holiday, you, Luke, and
Thank you.
Stella. Talk to you soon, okay?
Yes, sir. Peace out, guys.
Ragbone! 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 Ragbone!
Well, there you go. This is the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live Holiday Edition, and we are sponsored by New York Hardcore Comics, The Organic Grill, the Texas Silver Rush, Generation Records, Grunge and Grime Soap Company, DTFM Vinyl Distro, and 126 Hardcore Clothing. They're a streetwear brand for restless individuals who don't compromise. They're about being positive, spontaneous, and true to yourself. For years, they experimented with several printing methods and materials and collaborated with a large number of designers and illustrators, always giving room for fresh perspectives while retaining the hardcore attitude. Get in touch with them. Ramp up your game at www.126hardcoreclothing.com. Also, come on now, Grunge and Grime Soap Company. They're a handmade soap and skincare company with a rock and roll spirit based in Nashville, Tennessee. They combine their love for rock music and their love for products that are good for skin and good for your soul. Since 2019, they've been creating high-quality, natural handmade soaps and skincare products with ethically sourced and sustainable. They give 10% of their net proceeds to local and community outreach programs. Visit the website at www.grungeandgrime.com and enter the code DREW to get 20% off your first order. Next up on the Cavalcade of Stars here on the New York Hardcore Chronicles Holiday Edition, we want to bring a friend and supporter on, hailing from the slums of Shaolin, Staten Island, a good friend from Cropsey, Mr. Microbes. What's up, bro?
What's up there, handsome? How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Merry Christmas, happy holidays, whatever you celebrate.
Good. How's married life treating you?
Good. We're at my mom's. We're actually on the island right now. We just drove from Jackson, New Jersey, which is where I hail from currently.
Right.
And, came right upstairs, jumped on the computer to talk to you. So that shows where
What are you doing? What are you doing? Chopping lines? What are you doing?
No, I'm at my 17-year-old niece's bedroom upstairs, and it's a mess. So I'm cleaning up. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I'm surrounded by instruments, so I'm happy about that.
All right. What's going on with the? We were just thumbing through Amazon last night, and is there a Cropsey documentary about the legend of Cropsey? Is that what I saw last night?
Yeah. So I don't know if we ever spoke about where the actual name comes from.
Yeah, tell us about it.
So there was a guy. It kind of started as a folklore thing where parents back in like the late 70s would tell their kids like, hey, if you don't behave, Cropsey's going to come out of the woods and he's going to kidnap you. And it then evolved in the 80s and 90s to there was a guy that worked. I don't know if you ever heard of Willowbrook State School with the whole documentary. And there was a dude that was actually kidnapping kids and he ended up turning into Cropsey. He was called the Cropsey Killer, but we tell people we weren't named after that. We were named after the folklore because obviously we don't support somebody kidnapping kids. So
what was that a real thing?
In the beginning, it wasn't. It was like, if you don't behave, he's going to come get you.
Yeah, right.
It turned into a guy that worked in Willowbrook State School, and he would come out of the woods and he would kidnap kids on the island, and you'd never hear of them again. And that was the bad side of it. But like I said, we tell people we're named after the story, not the actual person.
Right.
So,
and what's the latest with Cropsey?
We're getting ready to hit the studio.
I got to shout out Brooke Smith. What's happening, Brooke? And happy Merry Christmas to you and your family. Had a lot of fun working with you when you were in town, and I see you doing some book stuff. Good for you. So we wish you all the best, Brooke. So what's the latest? I'm sorry, on the Cropsey world?
So we're about to hop in the studio, Amplitude Studios, with our very own Joseph Cusack. He is not only the drummer of Cropsey, but he produces, records, masters, all that stuff. He actually did our first record as well. So we haven't figured out how many we're doing yet. We either have 7 and 9 songs going on the album, and they're all done. They're written, vocals are written, and we just got to get in there and record it. So that's what we're going to be focusing on starting this week. So I put out a post this morning. Should be the first half of the year. It'll be out, and we'll have some new music for you guys. So we're excited, and hopefully everybody else is.
Good. And when I know we're talking about trying to line up a show to celebrate this release. So
yes, I don't want to give any details yet. We still got to work out the semantics. But
we're trying to figure it out.
We took a break. We haven't really been doing much. We have a show in March at the Meadows with bands that a lot of people on here probably aren't going to know who they are. Gideon and For the Fallen Dreams, which is one of my favorites of all time. Cody loves them too. It's more towards the metalcore thing, but I promise we're not leaving you guys. New York hardcore is our love. That's where we came from, and that's where we're going to stay. But we're going to branch out and play some other type of shows and see what happens.
Well, you know, you're part of the family, and the Bowery Electric is your home, bro.
Listen,
So-
when I reposted that picture the other day from the show last week, I wasn't lying. There's nothing that touches the New York hardcore scene, especially the scene that you captain down at the Bowery, down at A7, all of that. It's funny. My friend Danny, he's in a band called Tombstoner. It's like a thrash metal band from the island. They're getting super big in that scene. And when I posted that I was coming to the show, he goes, "You're not allowed here anymore." And I was like, I thought about it, and I was like, nobody that actually goes to the Bowery shows would ever say that, because even jokingly, because you've created a family atmosphere. Kids go, people go with their kids, and it's probably the coolest thing. The best shows we've played is Bowery. You know what I mean?
Bowery Electric. Yes.
I can't speak today. I get
No,
nervous
it's fine.
talking to you online.
It's okay. I was talking to Sal. I was interviewing Sal from Sworn Enemy, Sal Lococo, and we were having a laugh about they played the last show, and there was a hard female presence in the pit for Sworn Enemy. These gals were ripping it up, and he was blown away. He's like, I've never seen that at one of our shows, ever.
That's what I love, man. Like the women of the pit, we fully support them. They show us nothing but love, Lori and Gina and everybody. And I love it. I love going out and seeing everybody being able to dance and have a good time and not have to worry about the stupid nonsense that goes on at like the big time shows and stuff like that. It's honestly a safe place for hardcore, if that makes any sense.
It does. It's an interesting dichotomy in hardcore, and I've learned to, I've learned to navigate it pretty well. It's hardcore is an interesting genre, man.
Yeah. You do a great job, Drew, and I wanted to thank you for everything that you've done, not only for the hardcore scene, but for us in general. We were talking about it the other day. If you ever need a favor, there's no like trying to figure it out. It's if Drew calls, we're going. So,
well, thanks, man. And that means a lot to me, man. I do it because I love it. I really do. I do it because I love it, and I just wish everybody would get the memo and kind of come on board, and support, but
that's
it's okay.
That's what 2023 is for. Look what you did in 2020.
There you go.
It's just going to get bigger.
Yep. And again, surprise. Is that the new Cropsy merch? What is that? I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, these are the new hoodies we did right after the Starland show. There's still a few I got to send out, so nobody yell at me. I've been busy. I got married, moved to Jersey, so I got them coming.
Right. Yep.
It's been hectic, man.
All right. Well, Mike, I want to thank you and all the guys in Cropsy. I love you guys. You're great supporters. Anybody you want to thank or shout out on this Christmas Day?
I just got to, everybody, man. Everybody that's come out and supported us. Anybody that's bought a shirt, a hoodie, a hat, anything, a CD. Everybody that shows up to the shows that you run. It's been a wild year for us. And we're just looking to top it next year. So thank you to everyone that has supported us, and we hope you continue to do so.
My pleasure. All the best to you and your lovely wife. We'll talk to you soon, man.
Thank you, Drew. Take care.
Bye-bye. Well, there you have it. Mike from Cropsy and the whole Cropsy Staten Island crew. Next up on this exciting tour of Christmas Day, I want to bring a friend of ours on, hailing from Cleveland, Ohio, a good friend, a great supporter, and one of the great guys in this game, Mr. Don Foose. Hey,
Yo,
bro.
What's up, bro? Merry Christmas to you, Rochelle.
Thank you. Thank you. Don Foose says Merry Christmas.
Good to see you, brother.
Wow, you look great, man. Look at that. You look fantastic, man. That is like the lighting and everything. Look at that, bro.
I'm here in sunny Wadsworth, Ohio at my in-laws' house and celebrating Christmas, having a good time.
You look angelic, bro.
I look angelic. Come here a second.
And
Oh.
we miss you in New York, man.
Dude, I miss New York. It was such a wonderful visit, you know, still beaming
Yeah.
off it. A great
Yeah,
time.
that was like a
Great show.
magical.
That show you
What's
put
that?
together. That show you put together was amazing.
Yeah, it
You
was
know?
great.
Yeah, it was such a good. Yeah.
Hey, when you guys, you know, if you guys ever, you know, want to come, if you can make the trip, you know what I'm saying? I know it's a haul. Maybe there's something you could do along the way and on the way back, but you know, everybody wants you back, man.
Hey, man, let's do it. Hey, you know what? I want to get my band, One Life All In. If we could get there and do a big show.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
Let's do it. Let's do it. I'll get with those. Our brand new album is done. We just
tell us about it. Tell us about what's going on.
14 brand new tracks, you know. Yeah, I know. It's like I'm out of lyrics, man. You know, but we had a good time writing it, and the songs, the album's really versatile. We got Scott Roberts singing a song with us, and it's really cool too because our guitarist, bass player Franco gave me the music, and he says, "Oh yeah, I wrote this kind of." He said it reminds me of Motorhead, and I heard it, and I was like, "Sound like the Beastie Boys to me," you know, kind of the way he wrote it. So I kind of mixed the Motorhead meets Beastie Boys vibe in it with me and Scott singing. It came out pretty cool. It's really an interesting song.
Good. And it's all record. You're in the studio now, or?
We're just finishing the mastering now, but everything came out really cool. Our guitarist Clem, he ended up doing the mixing. We were working with some other producers. We weren't really getting the sounds we wanted, and then our guitarist kept playing with it. And we're like, hey, it's really sounding good the way he's working with it. So, you know, hey, there's my wife. Hey, Foose.
That's what happened. That's what happens, man. You know. Feliciano says it was cool to chat with Foose at the Bowery. Really down to earth, dude. Yes, of course.
Yes. We had such a good time. What great.
And you know, when we come back, we're going to Organic Grill, right?
Oh yeah, and like Mike from Cropsey said, you know, if you ever need anything, all you do, you don't even have to ask. You just let us know where and when. Okay.
Well, thanks, man. I appreciate it. Hopefully it never comes to that, but you never know.
Yeah. How's your father Arnie doing?
My dad is. It's a bit of a struggle. You know, he went in for hip replacement surgery. And keep in mind, he's 90, and it's just the surgery went okay, but you know, his body's just giving out on him at 90. You know, the spine. You know, basically like a lot of the cushion in between the bones are going. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, so there's a lot of bone on bone stuff. He's in a lot of pain. He went in for the surgery. From there, he was in an intensive rehab in the hospital. From there, he went to like a rehab. And then we determined like really that he can't go home and be alone by himself, you know? And he agreed. So now he's basically in a sort of an independent living type of place. Because, you know, he can't take his meds on time. He's having a hard time making himself food and doing stuff around the house. He, you know, is really in a wheelchair now. So
I'm so sorry to hear that. Hey, let him know that he's in our prayers. I sent him a message on Facebook. On email, just to let him know he's in our thing. But you know, hey,
it's a struggle for him. We're gonna get him on the show eventually. We'll get him back on the show. You know.
Yeah, great.
We'll see. Yeah. Anybody you want to shout out or thank on this holiday day?
You know what, man? Let's take it to the other room real quick, man.
Yeah,
we gotta get
do that.
My beautiful mother-in-law, Cheryl Biddle.
Hi, Cheryl. How are
and
you?
This is Cheryl's sister, Aunt Lynn.
Hi, Aunt Lynn here.
Hi, Aunt Lynn. How are you?
There's my beautiful wife back there, Amanda.
Hi. Oh, sorry to interrupt your computer time, hon.
And then here, my father-in-law, you have to meet Bob Biddle. Yeah. He's the grandmaster of
yeah.
Hello there.
Hey, how are you?
This is the family. We're shouting out from Wadsworth, Ohio.
That is awesome, and I wish you all the best. What a lovely family, and have a great holiday today, everybody. We love Don. We love Don here in New York, and we want him back soon.
Thanks, Drew. You guys have a wonderful Christmas and Happy New Year, and we'll talk soon, okay?
Take care now, Don. Take care.
Take care, brother. We'll see you.
Bye bye. Oh man, that was that was awesome. Wow, that was really great. That like almost got me like choked up. You know, that really, yeah. Damn, down Foose. It's like he's like angelic. Like that was, yeah. Oh, if you ever need a bail's bondsman, yeah, everybody's offering me favors, you know. Thank you. So, you know, that said, next up, thank you for all the warm thoughts about my dad. You know, I was going to try to get him on the show today. He's settling down in this place that he's in. I'm going down in a couple weeks, but he's settling down. We set him up there. He's got his computer and stuff, and we'll get him on again eventually, and we'll hear from him. It's just going to take. We just got to get him settled down into his routine. Next up on the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live, one of the bastions of New York hardcore scene, incredible supporter of the show from day one, Mr. Davey Hooligan from Enziguri. Bro.
Hey, what's up, Drew?
Wow, where are you?
I'm actually in my back office right now. I got everything that means a lot to me up here from the New York Hardcore. What's that?
I see my poster. What else you got down there?
I got your poster. I got Elvira, Madball, The Punisher. I got Rancid Transplants with the ticket. I got a whole rack of Marvel Legends, just things that keep me sober, keep me happy.
Good. What's happening with Enziguri, man? What's new and exciting?
So January 30th, we're releasing a new single with a lyric video and new music. And February, we're hitting the studio. We're going to try something a little different and hopefully have a full length ready for 2023. That's what we're working on now. So we're, we were pretty quiet during 2022. We're hoping to hit the ground full speed as soon as possible, trying to get, up and out.
By the way, Reverend Nikki Bullets freaking loves you, bro.
I love Reverend Nikki Bullets. Thank you for being a good friend and for never giving up on me, no matter how MIA I get, Nick. I appreciate it.
And don't we have something booked?
March 5th. Yep, March 5th we'll be at the Bowery Electric with Japan Advantage, Iconic Side, and Fuck It, I Quit.
Hold on, let me find that. Where is that?
As of right now, I think that's our first show of 2023. So right out of the studio and into that show.
Good. Here, I'm getting it. I'm lining it up. Hold on. It is. Let me clear the deck here. It's not this one. Here it is. Sunday, March 5th. There it is. Bowery Electric, all ages, Sunday matinee. This is what we're talking about. DJ Frankie the Governor, aka Frankie Too Far, the infamous Chris Iconicide, who's an incredible supporter of these shows. Up front, every band, every show.
Yep.
And, let me say this. People say, like, people ask about playing, and it's incredible when people ask about playing, and yet they've never come down and supported any of the other bands. I find that it's like, I've done 35 shows and you've never come down once in how many years?
Right. Granted, I don't make as many as I'd like to or as I used to, but the kid's going to turn 2. So, he'll be up and walking and talking and driving soon. So I'll be free again. But
it's what I'm saying. It is a guy like it's hard for me to give a show to somebody when you have a guy like Chris Iconicide who's at every show, right up front center, every band, and who's asking to play. So he's kind of in the rotation. That's kind of how it works. So if anybody out there is thinking about, hey, we'd like to play one of these shows that you're hearing about or whatever, come down and support the series. And chances are you'll play.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I mean, like, look, this is hardcore. My mic is your mic. This stage is your stage, is my stage, and facing the crowd, face on stage, it's all the same. So if you're one of the people that sits back and just wants to play the shows, then hey, man, get a booking agent so you don't have to actually,
right.
talk to people.
Yeah.
I want to shout out for some amazing gifts that I was able to give out to my sister and my wife for Christmas. I really appreciate it, Lori. Women of the Pit, always. Gina, we love you. Yeah, Drew, thank you for everything. Seriously.
Good. So it's okay. It's what I do at this point, It's like I'm at a good place in my life, man. And I enjoy doing these things, and I enjoy creating a platform for other people to shine. I mean that. I enjoy that. That's probably my biggest joy in life, is doing those shows and giving a platform for bands to play on, and doing this show and having people come on.
I say this time and time again. You're one of probably the only person that unites, people up here and people at this stage and people just starting out. Always, one of the first times we met, you came to see Inzaguri at ABC No Rio just on a whim and introduced yourself to me, and that meant a lot because I knew who you were. I just, I think I had just seen your all ages doc, and I was like, dude, I know who you are, dude, absolutely. So, I think you're very good at it, and it's
thank you. I appreciate it.
Drew Stone.
I love you, Davey, and thanks for all your support. You've been one of the first original and staunch supporters of this show, and I thank you so much, man. Have a happy holiday, you and your family, and we will see you soon, bro.
Likewise, Drew. All love.
All right. Well, there you have it. Davey Hooligan from Enziguri on the New York Hardcore Chronicles live. That said, let me see who's on the on deck circle. I see you guys. I want to bring a friend of ours on. I see he's sort of out and about. He hasn't been on the show in a while. We're talking about, from the Texas Silver Rush, Vinny Stigma's cousin, Mr. Joe Romini. What's up, man?
Drew, how are you doing? Happy holidays.
Bro, tell us about what's going on in Texas, man.
Man, I tell you what, we survived that. We had a little bit of a storm here, nothing like they're having up northeast and everything, but it's been a wonderful Christmas. It feels like Christmas, so it feels good.
Good. How's everything in your world, man? How's your health? How's things, man?
Things are good. I'm healthy. I'm happy. My family's healthy and happy. You can't ask more than that. I got to spend Christmas Day with my youngest son. He's home from combat permanently now. And today I'm out here with my oldest son and his family, and I've got a couple of days off. So I'm very grateful to my team to make sure that I get out of there, because it's been an incredible, beyond my wildest dreams year.
How's everything at the Texas Silver Rush?
At the Texas Silver Rush, yes. So, my brand, like your brand, is wrapped around music. Not just the music, but our love for the music, the culture, everything that music does to make our life even that much more special. And to be around the musicians that I am, to be around the people who love music. For example, there's a young lady we've been mentoring for about a year or so. Her name is Kayla Vanderhyde. And Kayla then just got picked up for The Voice with Drew Stefani. And so that opened up some doors for us and everything. And that was exciting. And I know you're always asking about Greg Raleigh. Greg was in the store the other day, and there's some big breaking news from Journey. Big news.
Isn't that out there in the public yet?
Yeah, it's out in the public. All the contracts are being signed and everything. So it's pretty exciting. Greg is totally stoked,
Yeah.
I had no idea, when he played at Woodstock, now he's 75 years old, and that guy is just like Stigma. Right. He's just like Stigma. Stigma's still, in the pit, kind of doing all that. And Greg Raleigh's out there doing it. He is so passionate about what's going on. And I will tell you, I can say this much. We're going to be the official tour jeweler for the 50th anniversary tour for Greg Raleigh and Journey.
Wow. That's awesome.
Yeah. We're super excited. So yeah, super excited.
Yeah, that's great. Have you spoken to your cousin Vinny Stigma lately?
Just today I did. Got to talk with him and visit with him. So he and I are working, Roger's out on Cameo right now, And
Right.
so that's be a perfect Christmas gift for any of you people who didn't take care of your loved ones. Go to Cameo, look up Roger Moret, and go book a session with him, and let him do a Christmas card or a New Year's Eve card or something. So Roger Moret on Cameo, Vinny Stigma to follow.
Here's a question from our good friend RS70. Is asking, can he customize people's handwriting into a piece?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So all you got to do is get a hold of me, send me a message, just say, you're coming over from the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live, and we'll hook you up with the Drew special, and we'll take good care of you. As they say back in the city, you got a guy. You got a guy.
That's pretty much it. Anybody you want to thank or shout out on this wonderful Christmas day?
Wow, that's a pretty big question. But before I go there, I do want to share one thing with you. I sent you a picture to your text. I'm sorry, I'm a little bit tired today. I just sent you a picture. So the first shout out I want to give, because I know a couple of my team members are either watching now or they're going to be coming on, but we just built a 6-person digital team. I never imagined having 6 employees, never mind just 6 for our digital work. And so Lauren Lucan is out there in Europe right now. She's one of my leads on all of our Google Analytics and SEO placement. Jamie Lachlan, who's on here right now. My whole team, Trish Groggs, Chrislyn Taylor, who's on here right now. I can't thank them enough. Right now, at our last team meeting, they brought champagne. In the world, the #1 jeweler is Pandora. Number 3 is my hero. Oh my gosh, I totally blanked on his name. It'll come to me. And we're number 2 in the world.
David Yerman?
David Yerman, yeah. And we got ranked number 2 in the world for jewelry designers on Google. And so we're really, I don't know how, Drew, I don't know how that stuff happens. I'm super grateful.
I'm downloading. You guys must be busy over there, huh?
Yeah, our website, I'm going to cut it short because I want to go back to the thanks and everything, but our website kicked off this year. That added a whole nother element. We opened up a full commission shop doing gold and diamonds. That's expanded our reach, quite a bit. Doing shows like The Voice has been epic. Doing this gig with Journey has been epic. Like I said, they were just in the store the other day, which was pretty surreal. But I really, first and foremost, I want to thank my team. They're absolutely amazing. And like I said, I think Chrislyn's on here right now. I know everybody else is going to come on a little bit later. At least give a shout out or something. I want to thank you because you helped to bring our brand out there. And thank you for posting that, bro. Yeah. Thank you for posting that. Yeah. You know as well as I do, when you started this show and everything, you had a passion and a vision, and look where you're at now. Look how many people are following you, how much support and how many people love, I want to say, reminiscing about what the scene is all about. And so, I'm grateful to be here. 2023 is our year. We're just super stoked. And like I said, more than anything, I'm grateful. The only thing I miss seeing is I haven't seen your dad in a minute on your show. I'd love to see him soon. So I want to give him a shout out.
Yeah, we're gonna get him back on, and I want to thank you, man. You're one of the original supporters of this show, and I honestly could not have done and not be doing what I'm doing without the support and everyone at the Texas Silver Rush. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Absolutely, Drew. Everybody out there, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and let's have a killer New Year this year.
Great.
See you later, bro.
I'll talk to you soon, Joe. Take care.
All right, Drew. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.
All right. Wow, that's one of the good guys right there, Joe Romini. Speaking of the good guys, I'm going to bring somebody on that's never been on the show before. He is a big, big, big part of my world and everything that I do. Mr. Larry Kelly. What's up, bro?
Hey, how you doing, man? I have never been on the show before. I try to kind of, behind the scenes kind of thing. But I think people might know who I am.
Well, the jig is up, bro. You're on the show now. Exactly. The jig is up. And so it's only taken 230 something episodes for you to come on, but there he is, ladies and gentlemen. This is big in the flesh, Mr. Wolf, Larry Kelly. There he is.
Thank you.
Yeah. What's happened? Did I see you? Were you running the Bridge 9 store the other night? What was going on with that?
Yeah, I was there last night till 6 or 7. Chris went away, so I sat there and dealt with customers and Some people came in. They came in for the sports stuff, and a lot of people for records, and it was fun. It's such a good place. It's like home. You can sit there, relax, play my guitar. We get this huge, huge 85-inch screen TV, and we get a stage. Working on stuff to try and make shows happen there. We get a music permit already. Put stuff on Twitch. It's just ongoing and ongoing.
Well, you're a big part of making that Bridge 9 thing happen. You worked on that thing for a long. You and Chris Wren single-handedly. You two guys single-handedly put that space together, man. You know.
Well, I don't know if people know, but when I got there, Chris, who's not stupid,
not at all.
There was a lot more to it than he understood at the time.
Right.
So I volunteered my time to help him, and it was so worth it. The place is beautiful. It's fun. It's going to be we're trying to make it where people want to come to, even not just to buy records or T-shirts, but like a community space kind of thing. And I knew he needed help. He needed help for sure.
And it only took almost 2 years.
Yeah. But we got down in the dirty, man. I got to tell you, I give him homework. I said, Chris, we got to do this. So when I come in tomorrow to do that, because I was going there after my regular job, and he was on it, and he had other stuff he had to do. And the kid, tough, hard worker, smart, and it's the beginning of a really beautiful spot. As you know, you came up thankfully for the opening, which was awesome.
We had a great.
Jamie.
Me and Rochelle had a great trip. We went. Did. You gave us a personal tour of Salem, Mass at night. It was really that was worth the price of admission alone to have a walking tour of Massachusetts by Larry Kelly. That was great.
And of course, I got to put in, hype up my friend John Kozik, my old bass player, who has the Salem Talking Board Historical Museum, especially Ouija boards. And he has an intense collection of them. And it's a beautiful place. So anybody that comes up through Salem wants to come by and check it out, please do.
Yeah, that was a great. We went in there. That was really great.
Yeah. Hey, John has those Misfits boards. Yeah, shoot.
First hardcore band he was into.
First hardcore band I was into.
You were into. Well,
I started with the regular rock and roll stuff, and then got into all the new wave and Sex Pistol stuff that came through. I guess hardcore, SSD Control. Period.
I was going to say. I mean, you're a Boston guy. First show you went to.
First show I ever went to as a band.
First show you went to. Yeah.
Grateful Dead. Yeah. I was.
Is that right?
12. Yeah, Boston Garden. I was like 12 years old. And then after that, I went to see every possible thing I could see. I don't care what it was. Everything.
Well, hey, we're doing this on Thursday, aren't we?
Excited. This is going to be good. I'm going to pick up the back line, and I can't even tell you how, I was a big fan of Go-Go Bordello for the whole time, and got to meet Eugene, become friends with him, and he's deeply rooted in hardcore. He's a hardcore kid, hardcore fan, just like all of us. And this is going to be killer because you guys are really cranking away. I heard one of the songs.
Yep.
And it's going to be good stuff. And
No,
of
I'm
course,
not going
Walter.
to use the teleprompter for this. There's no need for it. We're just doing our songs, so it should be fine.
Yeah. And any other song that you might do?
The other night, I did a song with Eugene on a moment's notice, and I put a cheat sheet down. So maybe that's what he's referring to. But
yeah,
no,
you could see it.
I was cheating a little bit. Dude, all of a sudden we're doing this song, and I'm like, what? Listen, you know, when you're singing and you got to do a song, it's like there's certain songs you've heard your whole life, and you know, like maybe the first part of the first verse, the chorus, but then all of a sudden you got to sing it in front of people.
Yeah,
it's like fuck.
Yeah, that's why I was always behind the guitar.
Yeah, not me.
Always have some maniac singing.
Hey man, listen, thanks for everything, man. And I could not. This is common knowledge. I think everybody knows this. That I might be at the forefront of these things. I might be sort of the figurehead, but they are not possible without what you do and without guys like Ray Hogan and Tony Palmisano and Davey Hooligan and what guys do behind the scene to make those matinees happen. And on a more personal note, at this point, to make the Incendiary Device stuff happening, because Incendiary Device is starting to really gain momentum, and there's going to be a lot of stuff that we got to do, you know?
Yep. Well, Drew, you know, I don't know if people probably know I've known you since back in the day, 81, and I'm not gonna look back and talk about the glory days. I'm talking about now. That's why I put my time in now for stuff. Even though it was fun back then, you know, it's okay to reminisce, but I live in the now.
Absolutely. And listen, we ran at it hard back in the early 80s, and we got into some shit. But you know, I'm glad that, you know, we're here and we're friends, good friends, and you're just a huge part of what's going on in this stuff that I do, you know. So I appreciate
well, you know, if you do good things come back to you, is what I've heard.
That's what they say. So yeah. All right, man. Well, thanks, man. I'll see you in a couple of days out on the ball field out in Brooklyn.
Can I shout out Lexa Vaughn?
Go ahead. Anybody you want to shout out?
Lexa Vaughn, who's up in New Hampshire, fighting a good fight. She's cranking away. And she's one of the toughest people I know in the world.
Okay. All right. Big shout out to Lexa Vaughn. I'll talk to you soon, Larry.
All right. Love you, man.
Love you too. Take care. There you go. Hey, before we bring our next guest on, I want to shout out Trish Scroggs from the Texas Silver Rush, the VP of Ops. Joe Romini forgot to shout her out, and you get a special shout out on today's show. VP of Ops at the Texas Silver Rush, Trish Scroggs. So there you go. Our next guest is a beloved figure in the music business. As a matter of fact, he changed the face of modern music as we know it. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Michael Alago.
Hello there, everybody. Merry Christmas, Hanukkah. Wonderful to be here. I haven't been here in months and months and months. So, Drew, thank you for having me at the end of the year.
Of course. How's everything in your world? How's things?
You know, I'd like to say everything is really good. You know, I feel good. My health is fine. I'm working on closing a book deal for my Polaroids that I took in the 80s and 90s with a wonderful company in Los Angeles. I can't say their name yet, but soon come. It's all very promising. And you know, I still love to reminisce, like I heard other people saying today about our stuff. You know, my life wouldn't be where it is exactly right now if it wasn't for you. Because you made a movie about me. And you know, after we got off Netflix for 3 years, we're now on Amazon Prime. We're on Tubi. We're on Google Play. We're on Xbox. and people are still loving the movie. It's a beautiful thing. And because of that, you know, I got a book deal. But that all stems from you taking me from being 25 years in the background, but doing all my stuff, to being in the foreground now. So I have to say thank you for that. And I love you. You
I
know
love
that.
you too.
And,
I love you too, and thank you.
So here we are.
Yeah, and I have to say that doing the film with you was really one of the crowning achievements of my filmmaking career. I look back upon the experience very fondly. We worked with so many great personalities, from John Lydon to James Hetfield, Jason Newsted, Cyndi Lauper, Cherry Vanilla,
Bill Anselmo,
Mina Caputo,
Yes.
Eric Bogosian.
Eric Bogosian,
You know,
you know, and just when we thought, when we started the film, that we were just going to stay in New York and shoot everybody in New York. But we went out to the West Coast to shoot Leiden. We went to the Metallica compound in San Rafael and shot all the guys there. We did Cindy at Sardi's in New York, landmark restaurant. And you know what? Well, the beautiful thing is that everybody showed up for the film.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, when I asked,
anytime I see any of that Cyndi Lauper footage, I go, it's one of my greatest moments is the fact that she looks so beautiful in the footage.
Yeah.
She's
very beautiful. She knows how to keep herself together, honey, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you know, she looks great. And what I used as a reference was a time I was on the set with Madonna, and I remember how they shot her, and you know, really, and I don't want to get into details, it's inappropriate, but certain techniques they used, and I just sort of, I remembered that and really did the best I could to sort of duplicate that. And also, I think in that particular scene in the film, there was big windows and a lot of natural light. And you know, Cyndi Lauper is still a very a beautiful woman, and she looked great, you know.
And well, you know, these gals like Madonna, like Cyndi, they know what they want to look like in front of the camera.
That's right.
And they let you know that too. So natural light, them letting you know what they want, you capturing all that, and it all works out.
Yeah. And what's happening with your friends in Metallica these days?
Oh, this is incredible, hon. You know, at some point a month ago, out of the blue, they drop a single, Lux Eterna, which means in Latin, eternal light. The single is amazing. It's a throwback to all the British bands that they love. It's a throwback to their tunes from the early days. It's 3 minutes and 30 seconds of blistering, mighty Metallica. It's fabulous.
I liked it. I liked it as soon as I heard it. I mean, I know people were carrying on. I don't understand. I thought I loved it when I heard it.
I think it's fabulous. I love the energy. And you know, people are going to complain all the time. You know, when you have that kind of history, 40 years.
Yeah.
And you're coming out next year to play 50, 60,000 seat stadiums, and you're selling it out. Well, you know what? There's still a lot of love for you out there. One of my favorite things is that Pantera are going to be on a lot of those shows.
I know
you asked me
excited.
Let me backtrack just 1 second. Metallica, they have a new album coming out April 14th, 2023. It's called 72 Seasons. Very interesting artwork like we've never seen anything on a Metallica record. The colors are yellow and black. It looks like there's a crib that's been destroyed and or blown up. There's everything there, from weights to a shank to all this insane stuff, and it leads you to think, like, what is this all about? Well, I'm sure in the new year we're going to get a new single, a second single, and we're going to start hearing what the artwork is all about, what the album is all about, but it's time. It's their 11th studio album, and they made it at the Compound with their in-house producer, Greg Fiedelman, who Greg also did Hardwired to Self-Destruct, and he knows what he's doing. These records, the production is just razor sharp. So that's what's happening at Metallica.
That's great.
And like I said, Pantera are on the road with them for a bunch of gigs next year in August.
And I'm sure you'll be at the very first one.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna go August 4th and August 6th for sure. Yeah, gotta be there. Yeah.
Yeah. And from what I heard, good for them. I'm happy that Phil's out there doing it, man. It's a celebration of the music. I've said that many times before. I'm really happy for him.
Listen, you know what? People love to complain. I ain't complaining. Phil and Rex were half of a fantastic group that unfortunately the other two players passed. So what do? You're supposed to sit at home and do nothing? No, these are seasoned musicians. They want to honor the legacy of their other two bandmates. So what do? They take two fabulous people out with them, Zach Wilde and Charlie Benante, and they go on the road. And you are allowed to call it Pantera, and it's going to be blistering hot. The reviews from, I think it was Mexico and somewhere else, were awesome. So I'm very excited about them as well. And, I love Phil Anselmo with all my heart. Yeah.
Here's a question from RS. I know we've been down this road, but let's get into it. What band did he want to work with but hasn't yet? I mean, back in the day, was there somebody that you loved, that you loved,
sure.
Go ahead.
I've always been a huge Slayer fan. But at the point, it just wasn't working out, me wanting to sign them back then. They had already started talking to Rick Rubin and other people. And I just thought, you know what? I got my hands full with Metallica and Metal Church and Flotsam and Jetsam and executive producing Dokken, that, you know what? I just got to let this one go. But I love them with all my heart. I think they are brilliant. In the 80s, I wanted to work with the Cro-Mags, but I didn't think it was going to be fair to them because I worked for a major corporation. Major corporations don't understand me going out at 1:30 in the morning to like the Lower East Side. So it would have just been a very unfair thing of me loving them, but everybody else going, what is Alago doing? How I showed support was I always rah-rahed them for the last 30-odd years. I love John Joseph. John happens to have a new album out with Blood Clot, and it's called Souls. It's on Upstate Records. It's about 7 or 8 tunes on the album, and it's fabulous. So I would have to say two bands would be the early Cro-Mags and Slayer.
Yeah, right on. And I know we're gonna talk in a couple of days because I'm working on the new book, and I want to get some of your perspective on a band that comes up on some of these early hardcore flyers. It's very interesting, or sharing these bills, and that would be White Zombie. And I was doing some research because it's an interesting, and I don't want to put the flag out. I'll put it up for a second, and then actually I won't, because it's just gonna. Actually, I will. Let me find it. Hold on. Let me find it, and this will give us. We'll have to repeat ourselves a little bit.
Well, back in the day, before I even thought about signing them, they were playing all around town. They had a record or two out on Caroline. They were.
Here you go. This is 1991 at L'Amour's. Biohazard, Wargasm, White Zombie, Quicksand, and Ripping Corpse.
Ooh, that's a friggin' bill.
Yeah,
That's a bill.
So,
yeah.
But I was talking to Walter Schreifels about this because he was giving me his Quicksand take on it, and he told me that Quicksand ended up touring with White Zombie, I guess a couple years later, when the record came out that you put out on Geffen, La Sexorcisto, right? Am I pronouncing that right?
Devil Music Volume 1 came out in 1992, produced by the great Andy Wallace. And our dear friend Daniel Ray was the first person to turn me on to White Zombie.
Yeah. So we'll get into the weeds on that. But I was looking that up. That record was a monster, man.
Yeah, I'll give you a quick funny story. We make that record with Andy. He does a brilliant job. We made it with Andy because we also loved, I guess, a previous Slayer record. It all comes back to either Slayer or Metallica. A
Right.
previous Slayer
Sure.
record that he produced, and we really loved that sound. They finally got their crap together, and I made sure that the songs were A+. We put out the record. I'm at a marketing meeting one day, maybe the third marketing meeting we're having about White Zombie in the offices at Geffen on the West Coast, and the record stalls at 180,000 units. I'm sitting there like my mouth hanging open, and all the other A&R guys are like looking at me because they have all these huge records out, and they're like, Alago, what's happening here? I said, I don't know at the moment, but we have to just keep these guys on the road. I'm sure the record's going to sell. And then there was kind of this, how do you say, divine intervention that you couldn't buy this kind of publicity. You didn't ask for it. But Beavis and Butthead decided that White Zombie were their favorite band. And so Mike Judge starts playing the first single like it's going out of style. And all of a sudden, that's what catapulted that record to 1 million units.
Beavis and Butthead.
You can't buy stuff like that.
And weren't they on the Beavis and Butthead soundtrack that eventually came out too?
I believe so.
I think so.
Okay.
I'm gonna look that up.
Okay, sure.
Let me see, because I remember that was like a whole to do. Was that the Beavis and Butthead movie?
It must have been, hence the soundtrack. I don't think it would have just been because they were on, MTV Weekly.
Here it is, 1996. Here, I got it.
Wow.
LL Cool White Zombie. Yeah, there was a White Zombie. There's later. It's called Rat Fink, Suicide Tanks, and Cannibal Girls was the name of the track. Ozzy. I guess it was all original tracks for this thing.
That's right. Was the Ozzy track "Walk on Water"?
Yes, it was. Very good. Yeah.
You want to hear my Ozzy story with that song?
And you know who produced that track?
I'm going to tell you, Moby.
Wow, very good.
Well, I got involved. I had to get involved.
Oh, why? What was it?
Liking?
What was the label?
Well, the
soundtrack
is on Geffen. The soundtrack's on Geffen. Nobody is A&Ring some of these tracks. Ed Rosenblatt calls me and says, "You got to call Sharon." Why? Ozzy's not happy. He can't hear the drums. He can't hear this. He can't hear that. And it's like Moby's specialty is electronics. So I have to go down to the studio to meet Jason Casaro. And Ozzy looks at me and he says, "Oh, take my seat. Are you the man who's going to turn horse shit into ice cream?" Ooh. That was the first time I meet Ozzy. I said, "Good to meet you, sir." He goes, "Well, I'm leaving. You can sit here. I'm in Montreal tomorrow. I'd like to hear it tomorrow." So in Montreal, Danzig were opening up for him. So I stayed in the studio all night. We got the track really spot on. And I flew up to Montreal. He didn't want to see me. I had to give him the DAT. And they were all happy in the very end. But it was, to meet Ozzy under those circumstances, not fun. Not how you want to meet somebody like Ozzy Osbourne.
Wow. I like this question here. Did he ever go to a CBGB matinee?
I went to
Michael
matinee tons of times. And I would bring my dear friend, God rest his soul, Arturo Vega, who was the Ramones, fifth Ramone. He designed that logo. He was their lighting guy for 35 years. We used to go all the time in the afternoon to look at all those punk rock boys, and we loved Warzone, and we loved early Cro-Mags, and we loved Agnostic Front. We just wanted to go there and hang out in the afternoon. So yes, we went to a lot of those shows, and it was really, I guess, Drew, had met once before? When did those hardcore shows start?
Oh no, this hardcore show started before that. I mean, we were on the road together with on the Misfits tour in Europe.
Yeah,
that was 97. So we sort of
okay.
We
So,
crossed
yes,
paths
I did
before
go to-
then, but yeah.
I went to tons of shows. I lived at CB's from 1975. I must have been 16 until they closed their doors October 15th, 2006. So I was at shows all of the time there.
Well, also, you know, you're in this iconic footage of the Dead Boys you're right up front at CBGB's what was that, 77 Dead Boys at CBGB's,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. I was at every show of the Dead Boys. Yeah.
You
I
love
was running
them.
their fan club. I was running their fan club when I was 15. I didn't know anything about running a fan club, so all I got to do was put out one zine called All This and More, and it was the name of one of the songs from the first album, Young, Loud, and Snotty. And Johnny Blitz, love Johnny Blitz, love Cheetah, love Jimmy, and of course, my friend Stiv Bators, bastard child of Iggy Pop. You know, fabulous band.
And here it is.
They were ever bad.
Here it is, ladies and gentlemen, in my archive. Here is the All This and More Dead Boys fanzine from the fan club that Michael Alago was putting out as a young teenager. And here's a copy of the cover, man. Yep.
Cut and paste.
Cut and paste.
Yes.
It was
sir.
Dead Boys were. I've gained a good appreciation for the Dead Boys when we made the film together. I mean, they were peripherally, on my radar. Of course, I knew Sonic Reducer, but when I did the film with you, just sort of really delving into it and interviewing Stiv Bators for the film and getting those incredible photos from David Godless, who was just on our last show, I really developed a deep appreciation for the Dead Boys.
But you interviewed Cheetah Chrome.
Yeah. I
You know,
did.
Stiv had already passed.
Oh, did I say I interviewed Stiv? I'm sorry.
Yes, it's okay.
Oh,
It's okay.
I apologize.
Oh, we had a great interview with Cheetah.
I interviewed Cheetah Chrome. Yes.
That's right.
Yes. And Cheetah was great. Cheetah was great. Yes.
Oh, he was aware. He was very funny.
Yeah.
Lots of details. And that's what you see all of that in the show, in the documentary. And he was wonderful.
Absolutely. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Anybody you want to shout out on this Christmas Day? Anybody you want to thank?
I just want to say to everybody out there who's listening, I love you all. Stay safe out there in this crazy world that we live in. Sending you lots of love and peace and hope for 2023. And keep moving forward. Live a great life. And all good things will happen for you. Peace and love.
Thank you.
I love you.
Thanks for everything.
Happy New Year, everybody.
And I'm gonna drop you a line tomorrow, the next day. I want to do this video chat with you.
Great.
All right, I'll talk to you later.
Okay, I love you too. Who's saying I love you? Larry.
No, Chris Kontos. Chris Kontos says he loves you.
Kontos.
Larry
Chris,
says he loves you. Happy New Year from Michael LaRouche. You know, there you go.
Happy New Year.
I'll talk to you soon. All right.
Okay, great. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Hey, let's be frank. Honestly, I wouldn't be where I'm at career-wise if it wasn't for Michael Alago. Doing that film with him was a big moment for my artistic career and working with those people. So, there you go. Hey George, settle down. You're gonna come on in a second. We're gonna bring a friend of ours on. This should be really cool. we're going to bring on, let me clear the deck a little bit. Let me clear the deck a bit. We're going to bring on George 126 from 126 Clothing Company. Hey, George. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I guess not yet. Is Vinny Stigma joining today? No, Vinny's not joining today. No, I you know what happened? I thought, who do I want to come on the show? I asked 15 people, all 15 people want to come, and it happened in 5 minutes. You know, it all happened. It happened really quick. Hey, I want to thank everybody that's supported the show. If for some reason you're watching and you don't know, there is a Patreon page and there's a PayPal address there. Please support the show. That's how this whole thing works. I've been very, very fortunate to have such an incredible amount of support from a lot of people. But you know, the show needs constant support. We need new people, and so please, if you can, support the show. There's a PayPal address there. There's a Patreon page. Those interviews I'm talking about for the new book. I've been posting them up. It's a Patreon only thing. And of course, when the new book is done, it'll be free for all the patrons. No, Evan Seinfeld's not coming on today. Evan's doing his thing. So that's the case. Let me try George again. Hey, can you hear me?
Hey. Yes, I can.
Hey, brother, how are you?
I'm good. Merry Christmas.
Where are you? Merry Christmas. I'm so excited you're finally coming on the show.
Thank you. Thank you for
Where are
inviting
you?
me. Now I'm in the 126 HQ in Greece. Came to spend some time with the family. Have a, I guess, well-deserved break from touring. So yeah, that's it.
Tell us about who you were just on tour with and how did it go?
I was with Suicidal Angels, a thrash metal band from Athens, Greece. That was like a tough 2 weeks. Mostly Germany, Belgium, France, small clubs, minus 8 degrees Celsius, mini nightliner, 9 people, was like tight, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, that was fun.
And before that, was that Agnostic Front before that?
Yes, that was Agnostic Front, Charger, Spirit World, and Last Hope. 24 people in one bus.
24 people in a bus.
Good. Yep.
Do you? I mean, for those out there that may not know, George's sponsors 126 Hardcore Clothing, and sort of part of what George does is he goes out on the road for incredible stretches of time with a lot of the bands we love. And he was just out there with Agnostic Front, and he comes home for like 2 days, takes a shower, and goes back out again, right, George?
Yep, that's how it works.
Yeah, I like this. I like this Biohazard thing. Hey, by the way, thank you for sending me the shirt. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Thank you for representing.
Yes.
Yep, that's a Biohazard jacket I made for myself because there wasn't something else to buy. So that's like a one-off fan-made thing.
Yeah. Yeah, Darren says good band, Suicide Angels. I don't know this band. I'll have to check them out.
Check them out. Yeah, good, solid people.
Yeah. Robert Hogg says, "Hi George. It was brilliant meeting you in Newcastle on the Agnostic Front tour. Good times."
Hey.
Who do you
that
think
was a good run?
Who do you think you've been on the road with the most, or what band have you sort of developed a real relationship that you've been out with a lot, that you feel you're close with at this point?
I would say Agnostic Front. I've been with them like 4 times, but mostly I've toured with a band from Sweden called Thunder Mother, because they were the only band. Yep, we're the only band that toured during Corona through some German in the 2 years of Corona when nobody else worked. I was on tour, so that was the main band, I would say. But yeah, Agnostic Front is the band I have most like bonded with, I would say.
That's cool, and they're good people, man. They're a good bunch. They're a good bunch, you know.
And it's always fun, and it's never boring, and and I would say it's the first and only band that I enjoy the show every day. Obviously, being a fan.
Yes,
and
of course.
I'm always pissed when I have to set up merch outside, and I would miss the show. When even if I see it every day, and I'm like, yo, fuck,
There's nothing like when you're out there with friends and with music that you love, and it's all clicking. That's Did RS70S? Did you ever write graffiti?
Nope. No.
How did you get into
Germany?
This? How did you get into this line of work?
I think I was touring with Greek bands, mostly like DIY level, and then when I moved to Germany in 2017, fast forward 2019 summer, AF needed a vendor for one show, so I just did that show, and then like a month later I went on tour, and then one band brings the other, and I'm on tour for 10 months out of 12.
Right?
Yep.
That's how it works. One thing overlaps into another, and and once you have a good reputation, it's a lot of it's word of mouth,
Yep. Most of my jobs come through that channel, like word of mouth.
Are you at liberty to speak about what you're doing next?
No.
No. Okay. All right. I know.
Nope.
I'm doing next, but we are not at liberty to speak about it. George is going out on a huge fucking tour, man. I mean, a lot of dates, man. I mean, I saw those dates. I was like, that's a lot of touring, man. But that's great. Here's a question. Another one from R70. First live show you went to? What was the first music that you saw?
It has to be Sodom, Creator, and Destruction, like 25 years ago in Athens, Greece.
Did you grow up in Athens, Greece?
Yes.
Athens, Greece.
Yes, I grew up in Athens, Greece, and
go ahead.
Then I moved to the north, where I had kids and all that. Fast forward.
Athens, Greece is like a bastion of heavy metal music. Like Manowar is beloved in Greece, in Athens.
Yep. Athens, Thessaloniki. Yeah, this kind of metal is huge. I mean, we had Paul Diano playing 3 shows in Greece like last week, and they were all sold out, like 1,000 cap every day. And it's Paul Diano, not Iron Maiden. So yeah.
And it's Paul Diano. I think he's in a wheelchair, right? I think Paul Diano's singing for a wheelchair at this point.
Yep, exactly. That's how he performed. I mean,
wild,
he nailed it,
man.
but still,
Did he? Did you hear any of it? Did you see any of it?
Yeah, I've seen him before as well. Yeah, he's great.
Yeah.
He's just great. Great show.
That's cool. Well, hey, I want to thank you, man, for being a sponsor of the show. You've been great. I couldn't do it without you. Anybody you want to thank or shout out?
Thank you very much. Agnostic Front, obviously. And the fact that I'm super hyped about the Biohazard reunion. I mean, we have been talking about this, and boom, there you go. I'm like the happiest person.
Get ready. They're going over there. They're playing a bunch of shows.
Yeah. The thing is that already the first festival that we have, like we play together with Agnostic Front. We play like on a Friday and they play on a Saturday, which means whoops, I won't be there. Let's see. I just hope that it happens at least once this summer,
I'm sure it will. Thank you for all your support,
I hope.
George, and all the
Thank
best
you.
to 126 Hardcore
Thank you.
Clothing. I'm honored that you're a part of the show. Have a happy holiday, you and your family, and let's talk soon.
Thank you very much, man.
There you go. Wow, I've been trying to get George to come on the show for a long time. He's been an incredible sponsor and a big supporter of this show. He's always on the road. He's always doing stuff. You know, like he was out with Agnostic Front. He's so finally got him on the show. So that was really great. You've been doing push-ups, getting ready for Biohazard? Yeah, there you go. Yes, everybody's all the Staten Island guys are excited about Biohazard. Yep. So good stuff, man. That said, I want to thank everybody. It was a really nice holiday show. Thank you all. Oh, who I want to shout out? I want to shout out. Where is he? Hold on, I'll find it. Let's see. Hold on. Where did I just see this? Hold on. I got to find this. Hold on a second. Let me find this. Oh, first off, wow, my a little action here. Hold on. I want to shout out a couple of people that just jumped on board with some support, and boy, that's really great. Johanna Ananuevo just jumped on PayPal with a contribution. Merry Christmas, Drew. Thanks for the stream today, and much love and healing to your dad. Well, thank you so much, Johanna. I really appreciate it, and thank you for supporting the show. And I got to shout out one of our big supporters, Mike LaRouche, who just double down on Patreon. So thank you so much. And it's awkward. It's very awkward to kind of do this show and get on here and go, please, support and Patreon and PayPal and your money, this and that. But it's an awkward thing to do, but it must be done. And thank you so much for the people that have supported the show and continue to support the show. That's what enables me to do it. Honestly, I think it's pretty obvious at this point. I put a lot of hard work into this show. It doesn't just magically happen. A lot of hard work goes into it, and the show needs support in order to make it. Yes, Larry Kelly, I'm glad you made it on finally, and you'll come back again. So Chris Spikey, thank you. This show makes my week. Happy New Year's, Drew. Absolutely. You know what? You know what we didn't do? Hold on. Let's talk about the upcoming shows. Hold on. Where is that? Hold on. Let's find that. Let's talk about what's coming up. New York Hardcore Chronicles. Here we go. Real quick, let's talk about what's coming up on the show. We have not done that yet. Clear. Here we go. About the show of the new year, which is going to be a week from today. There's no show on Wednesday. A week from today, we will be back with Fury of Five. The whole band is coming on the show. Fury of Five. They have a new single coming out called War. They're back in the game. I used to manage these guys back in the day. I have a long history with them. This is going to be a great show. A couple days after that, Mr. Rob Moss, formerly of Artificial Peace and Government Issue, he just sent me his new CD, Rob Moss and Skin Tight Skin. I will be listening to this when I'm doing my homework. After Rob Moss is Paul Rossler. I know I get it wrong every time. I got to phonetically set it up. Be co-hosted by Joel Gaustin. He's a musician. He was in the Screamers and Twisted Roots and Nina Hagen. He's produced a lot of bands on. Jesse Mallin's been on. We did a show with Jesse Mallin. Go to YouTube and look it up. We've Jesse Mallin's been on twice actually. So Jesse's been on. He'll come on again eventually. Sunday, January 15th, Mr. John LaFata, Neglect, Madball, Mind Over Matter, Death Cycle, The Great Lie. Sunday, a week later, Sunday, January 22nd, Hard Thumpin' Boston, Death Before Dishonor singer, Mr. Brian Harris. This hasn't been announced yet formally, but it's happening on Sunday, February 5th. Phil Demo from Violence and Machine Head, excuse me. And Sunday, February 19th, an old friend of ours coming on the show, Mr. Vinny Vitale from Marauder. Yes, Boston represent. We got a Boston guy, we got a San Francisco guy, we got a Long Island guy, we got a LA guy, we got a DC guy, and we got some Jersey guys. So yeah. Phil, I chased Phil down for a while, so we're excited to have Phil on the show. Funny you should mention that. Let me get rid of this. Hold on. Paulie Porkchop says, I saw Fury of 5 at Wetlands in late 1996. It was Agnostic Front, H2O, Maximum Penalty, Hatred and Fear. Funny you should mention that because that is in the book. And I've talked to those guys about it. That's in my upcoming book. That show comes up. Let me see. That would be this show, right? Let's see. Wetlands, right? You see. Sweat Glands. Right? Wetlands 96. Let me find that. I'm sorry. Would that would be this right here. The only reunion show that matters. Saturday, December 14th, 1986. Here it is. Boom. Boom, boom, boom. There it is. Talking about this in the new book, actually. Talked to the Fury of 5 guys. We'll be talking to Roger about it. This plays into the new New York Hardcore Chronicles book. No, Howie Pyro was not on. Howie Pyro, God rest his soul, never made it onto the show. He got ill and couldn't come on. Too Bad Minus is a recluse. A guy must have stories. Yes. Hey, Big Rob, Bitter Uproar. What's up, Rob? I hope you're doing okay, man. Good to see you, man. Yeah, loved it when Phil was a Machine Head. Yeah, it was great. Great Machine Head. Did someone ask who I want to see on the show? Who do I want to see on the show? They all come on the show eventually. Who have I been thinking about lately? A couple crazy things. You'd be like, what? Huh? But, the usual suspects. We have 150th show coming up, so we got to have a big banger for that. Yeah, right. Werner Herzog. You fucking think? Werner Herzog. Big. I would just be like this. If Werner Herzog was on the show, I'd be like this. I mean, I'd be shell-shocked. That dude is, next to my dad, he's the biggest influence on me as a filmmaker and an artist. Cyndi Lauper. I don't know. She lived in my neighborhood. I don't know. How strange is that? Do you know something? That's very strange that you, John Biv from Super Touch and from Pembroke, very strange that you should post that because I am on a call with him tomorrow to talk about him coming on the show. That's Richie Stotts from the Plasmatics and who co-wrote some stuff with the Ramones. Very perceptive. But yeah, Richie Stotts will probably be an upcoming guest. Jim Jarmusch, yeah, you think? Tommy Lee. I'd love to have Tommy Lee on the show. Richard Branson, right. James Taylor. I'd love to have anybody on the show. I love interviewing people. You know, I'd love to have James Taylor on the show. You know, I love got to mix it up once in a while. You know, you got to mix it up once in a while. You just can't be like, you know, hey, Seven, let's talk about the CBGB's matinees until, you know, you got to mix it up once in a while. Isn't that crazy? Yes, Richie Stotts. Talking to him tomorrow about coming on the show. Richie's a good guy. I'll get him. Corey Taylor. How about Elon Musk? Good one. Yeah, that's a good one. Paul Diano. Sure. But for me, the usual, the big holy grail, the usual, like Ian MacKay, you know, John Brannon, Ray Capo, what's his name, from the Circle Jerks, you know, Joan Jett. I'd love to have Joan Jett on this show. We just watched the Joan Jett documentary. Yeah. Yeah. So how is it that Rollins has spoken tours everywhere and had Rollins interviews? Very rarely. He's not interested. He doesn't want to do them. Rollins doesn't like to do interviews. Ice-T. Ice-T's another one. Yo, Drew, grab that acoustic behind you and do a cover of Holy. Yeah, you know. That said, hey, let's thank you everybody for stopping by. Hey, Katie, the cleaning lady, old school OG. Wow, talk about people that had a very big influence on me early on in this game. Katie, the cleaning lady, Katie Goldman, was at Emerson when I showed up at Emerson. She's one of the first people I met, and she was a force to be reckoned with in the early Boston hardcore scene. So, yeah, what's up, Katie? I hope you're well. Antonio Fargas? Who's Antonio? Do I not know who Antonio Fargas is? Anybody? Who's Antonio Fargas? Mike LaRoche, thanks for doubling down, bro. Yeah, but yeah, I got to get on. Yeah. Thank you, Volt. Thank you, everybody. It was a nice holiday show. Listen, you always have a home here at the New York Hardcore Chronicles Live. I love you guys. Thank you so much for letting me do something that I really love doing so much, and I love being a part of your lives, and I love that you're a part of my life as well. Thank you all. Stephen Oswald, the High and the Mighty. We'll see you in a week. Unless we're going to see you Thursday. Incendiary Device, it's going to jump off tonight, is playing with Gogo Bardello on Thursday, and we will be back here on the first day of the new year with Fury of 5. Until then, do good things, and good things will come to you.